Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM. Brought to you proudly by Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency, Barton Power Sports, Sportsman's Warehouse, and Best Care Home Services.
Hey, good Saturday morning. Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. And as Greg Ratliff tells us over there, he's finally through with his Pop-Tart, and we can get back to the regular show. But
it's a big Pop-Tart.
Well, no, there's bigger ones. You know, everything is smaller now. I got me a Little Debbie the other day, the little raisin thing.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, on the back, on the cover, it looks like they're big. You get them in size. Little Debbie has shrunk.
Oh, bless her
I don't know
heart.
why I got into that.
Price
but
has
that's
gone up, too.
Maybe she's been
price has gone up. The box looks the same.
Yeah.
You know, but anyway, we have gone from Tacoma, Washington. We have gone into Columbia, Tennessee, to Smith County over there. And then right now we're going to one of my favorite places in the world is Santa Fe, New Mexico. And I hope we have a good connection with the young man, I call him, Daryl Ratajczak, our good friend. Good morning, Daryl.
Good morning, Larry. Great talking to you again.
Isn't it good to talk? Yeah, it's really good to talk because I could spend an hour with Daryl just talking about things that have happened. And I got to say it again. Now, Robert Cliff's taking me turkey hunting. Daryl knows the story. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Where were we at? Chickasaw,
like
weren't we at Chickasaw?
Yeah.
Or I think it was at Chickasaw. I can't remember. We were
Yes, it
turkey
was.
hunting. And so we park our car, and I see a car there that says New York. I said, golly, that's somebody's a long way from here. So I'm with Robert, who is like Jerry Clower Jr.
Right.
And we're slipping through the woods, and who do we run into? But Daryl and his dad from Buffalo in the woods.
Buffalo, New York.
Buffalo, New York. I meet Daryl's dad while you're in the turkey woods. So, and I still tell that story, Daryl.
Yeah, Robert, he couldn't believe you knew a guy from New York.
Yeah, he was saying, how do you know somebody from New York? So, but I know somebody from Santa Fe. So you give our listeners out there, we all know the tenure with the TWRA, what you did, and we've all experienced it and appreciate your hard work. But tell our listeners, you told me off air that you're living the dream. Tell our listeners out there a little update on Daryl Ratajczak.
All right. It's always been a dream of mine to live and work out west. As a young boy, I was watching like Marlon Perkins, Mutual of Omaha, or Marty Stauffer's Wild America.
Yeah.
And so as a little kid, I always wanted to work in the Rockies. And so as I worked my way up through TWRA, I got to that pinnacle there. And I was at the ceiling, and my wife and I, we prayed about it, talked about it quite a bit, and we decided to make a big jump from Tennessee to the Rockies. And so I just barely hung on in the southern part of the Rockies, but northern New Mexico is one of the most beautiful areas in the country. And so I decided to jump from state government to federal government, so now I'm working with the Forest Service, trying to help them manage wildlife in the Southern Rockies. And so it's truly a dream job, and every time I'm out in the forest, I'm in awe of where I am right now.
Yeah, folks, if you're on Facebook with Daryl, you can tell that there's a peace of mind that he's doing what God wanted him to do, and using his talents and taking his family to this beautiful place. I'm sure it's a different culture, and it takes you a while to get used to Mountain Standard Time and all those other things, and know how many great places there are to eat out there. I'll just ask him if Tomasita's is still in business down there by the railroad track. Seems like it in Santa Fe. But the transparency now, so you're working in an area that a lot of people say, well, my gosh, that's quite a change. And so you've gone from Bear Man in East Tennessee, and came over here and helped us out of a few things, as Gene Smith will say.
Yeah, he run the Bartlett Range and did a great job there, too.
It's hard to believe, buddy, that you've gone from the Bartlett Range to Santa Fe. I mean,
yes.
Do you pinch yourself every day?
It's amazing, because if I tell people my story of where I've been and how I got to where I am, it's just like I should write a book because
it is. Yeah,
I do pinch myself all the opportunities I've had and the doors that have been open, and everyone has been a step up, and so I'm just thankful for everything I got, and you know who I thank for that. So.
I know that, and knowing Daryl and everything. But what's life like out there? What are you trying to do? Because you told me that that you're working on things to maybe helping to rewrite the area's forest plans, and you guys out there. There's some beautiful country, but at the same time, you're trying to preserve it, aren't you?
Yeah, and it's pretty awesome because back in Tennessee, working for the agency, deer and turkey and fish reign supreme.
Right.
And now what I'm dealing with, I have elk, cougar, bear, bighorn sheep. I wake up every morning and look out my front window at the mountain in front of me that has bighorn on it.
Oh.
Wow.
And so, yeah, it's just a different world out here, but it's amazing all the animals that I've got to contend with nowadays.
And you don't have to wear coat and tie, do you?
No, and that factored into it because when I moved up to the chief,
yeah.
it took me out of the field, and I found myself standing in front of the commissions, wearing suits, going to conferences.
Yes.
And for about 5 years, I was just, man, what am I doing?
That's right. That's right. And I know there's nothing against wearing a coat and tie, but whoever invented the tie, I know he must have known John Wilkes Booth or somebody like that, because he got hung, to do that. But seeing Daryl in a coat and a tie, being in the field is what you want to do. And I think a lot of folks might not have taken this step, Daryl, because you were pretty comfortable. You had some great ties and things like this. This was really a step of faith between you. How many kids you got?
Two.
You got two boys?
Yeah, one in high school, one getting ready to start high school.
Yeah, and what's your wife's name?
Sandy.
Pardon?
Sandy.
Sandy, and I know. So you guys had to think, man, this is going from Nashville to Santa Fe. It wouldn't take me long, to like the area because, like I say, I've been out there so many times. But you can go up to Taos, you can go up and see the Native Americans who are up there and what they face and the challenges. But I guess one of the real things in the forest industry out there, Daryl, it's droughts and things like that, fires that you have to deal with. When did you start the job there?
December of 2015, so about a year and a half ago.
So you went there in December. Okay, buddy.
Yep.
I mean, what was the temperature when you went there?
It's amazing because people think of New Mexico and they automatically think of desert life. But up here in Santa Fe is at 7,000 feet.
Yes.
And so,
yeah.
In fact, they were predicting snow yesterday. We didn't get it. But
right.
It's pretty awesome because you could go from a desert canyon area to alpine tundra in about a 30-mile drive. It's just absolutely amazing.
That's what everybody thinks of Santa Fe and Albuquerque. There's a lot of difference between Santa Fe and Albuquerque. I mean, particularly if you go to Klein's Corner and you want to take the shortcut up there. I know all those areas, Daryl, so watch it there.
Well, next time you're out here, you better look me up.
Yeah, well, if I could get out there, I would sure look you up. I'd go to... Let's see, I could go to, what's that, Pecos?
There's Pecos Wilderness is one of the areas that I'm in charge of. So.
It is? Oh, man. That's now.
I'm jealous.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow, Daryl. So
all right.
We're coming. Buddy, thank you. I know you got a lot of friends back here, and it's good to see. How many years were you with the agency here?
About 15 years with it.
15 years, and no one still spelled his name right. Okay, I mean that was it. I mean that's the way it was. Well, buddy, stay in touch. It's good to hear your voice, and we're proud of you, what you've done, and what you're doing, and what you're going to do. How old are you now?
All right. Well, thank you very much, Larry, and I'll be talking to you.
How old are you?
Oh, how old am I?
Yeah.
47.
He's a baby.
Oh, man, golly, now I really feel old.
Yeah, I got shoes older than that.
And you're wearing them today. I wished you hadn't.
I do.
So, Daryl, thank you, buddy. We'll talk to you. We got your phone number and stay in touch anytime. If we're out there, we'll look you up, okay?
Sounds good, Larry.
Thanks,
I hope
buddy.
you do.
Is your dad still living? Is he?
Yes, he's coming out in a couple of weeks. He's still hunting. We're going to miss the turkey season, but he's coming out. I believe it or not, I've got 16 or 14 students from Cleveland, Tennessee, coming out in 2 weeks, and I'm going to give them a tour of the forest for 10 days.
Oh,
wow! Golly. Yeah, well done.
So I'm looking forward to that. It's the Wildlife Society class from Cleveland State Community College, just north of Chattanooga.
All right.
Tell your dad hello for me, buddy. Okay.
Will do, Larry.
All right, we'll
Appreciate
see you. Have a great day. All right. Daryl Ratajczak. Okay. And that was Dale Sanders calling in on my phone to make sure that we've got him.
All right.
Charlie, I think it'd be a good time right now to close out this segment with one of your poems coming from Daryl right there. We got a couple of minutes. He can do that in 2 minutes, can't you? Yeah. Huh? This is a great segment coming right after Daryl. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
All right. Turn the music on. It says Charles Covington from Lakeland, Tennessee. Arlington, Tennessee. Close.
Yeah.
Go, Charlie.
Yeah, Larry, I just wanted to say that...
Speak up on that mic and go.
The inspiration for this poem stems from the idea that each of us as individuals have our own personal opinions, and I call it my 2 cents worth. We each have our own perspectives and our personal points of view. Some would seem soundly grounded, while others right out of the blue. At times, our thoughts are requested, and in others, they just burst right out. Sometimes our thoughts appear weighty, and in others, they seemingly have no clout. I'll give a penny for your thoughts means I'm interested in what you think. So, go ahead and share what's on your mind, though inspired while at the kitchen sink. In some circles, a think tank is formed, and a corporate wisdom is sought. Each one's contribution has value, but it's not the kind that's bought. Some folks have devalued their thoughts because they've devalued their self. It's really too bad they haven't realized their own storehouse of cognitive wealth. Consequently, my 2 cents worth is of minimal worth for some thought. I'll bet you $1 it's worth a lot more, along with a lesson that's taught. Some feel they have little to offer to help others who struggle with trials. They say not a word and put themselves down with no lessons learned from traveling miles. 2 cents may seem like a small amount when it's tossed into the till. Yes, it may be small as money is counted, but a welcomed addition still. We throw our 2 cents into the hat, thus representing little old me. Is it valuable, and does it make any sense? Is it plain and clear for others to see? What we've tossed in may seem like cents, yet be received like $5 or 10. So, withholding not what seems to you like something dearth, it could lead one to insight and courage again. Can scant contributions ever be praised? Just examine the case of the widow's mite. The master praised her unselfish act. It was a loving, generous, and humble sight. My perspective is worth 2 cents, and is far below the $1 range. I reckon that it's the going rate on the New York Stock Exchange. Will my perspective ever increase? Will it ever move up to a dime? I guess it depends on how it's heard and inflation over a period of time. 2 cents pitched into a game of chance is an ante-up that's awfully low. But the players probably won't lose very much unless the stakes begin to grow.
Wow, that's Charlie
that's
Covington. 2 cents worth there. That's great, Charlie. Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's take a break, go out of this, and we're going to talk some fishing if we can hook up with Ot Defoe on Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790. Take it out of here.